What's up, everyone? I'm Nick DeMeglio. Tonight we're here with a 2024 NFL draft prospect. His name is Jabari Jaudon, who is a DB from Bethune Cookman. How are you doing, Jabari?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Glad to have you.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to do this interview. Really just want to give you a chance to share a little bit about your story on and off the field and give scouts and evaluators an opportunity to better get to know who you are as a person and your character.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So really kind of just want to start off and really give you the floor, give you an opportunity to walk us through your journey a bit. I know you were at FAMU for a little bit.
Mm.
Obviously, you finished up your career college-wise at Bethune-Cookman. Maybe just talk to us a little bit about your journey to where you got today.
Yeah, started off actually at Savannah State as a
Oh,
freshman.
okay.
That's when I signed out of high school. Went there for a year. Had a great experience, learned things. I was young, I was a freshman, so the head coach got fired.
Hmm.
Uh, coming in as a freshman, you kind of feel like you wanted to play under that coach for the longest. And when he did like disappear, he got fired. Uh, I entered the portal. I had a former person that I played with here in Jacksonville played at FAMU. His name was George. He played receiver there,
Okay.
and he kind of brought FAMU coaches to my attention. I was able to meet the coaching staff, took a visit up there. I like the atmosphere. They had a great, amazing business program as well. So I'm in the business. So I was able to get my business degree as well from FAMU. And as I went there, it was a great experience. I learned a lot, bonded with a lot of teammates. The coaching was great. We actually, won a championship. So I got a ring,
Nice.
2021. And then from FAMU, after I entered the transfer portal, I actually picked up a lot of big time offers. Like I had offers from Florida State, you name it, I had it coming out of the portal. But I chose Bethune-Cookman. I felt like that was home. I felt that's where I could, grow the most and exceed the most. So I chose Bethune-Cookman. My family liked it. We took a visit, and I went there, and I was there for the last 2 seasons, and it turned out pretty good. Got me to where I'm at today. Looking
Okay.
forward to the draft and seeing what things happen.
Got you. So have you been very much like Florida based? Like I know you mentioned Jacksonville, so did you grow up in Florida and then kind of for the most part, I'm guessing you stayed in the area too for where you were playing at, right? For college?
Yeah, I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, so that's in
Oh,
Florida. Every school that I went to, well, the first school I went to was in Georgia,
yeah.
and then ever since that, I stayed in Florida after Georgia.
What was that like? I guess do like I guess being away from home and just curious. I know a lot of the other schools you were at were Florida based.
I'm not never really too much get homesick. I've
Yeah.
been pretty far from home before, and I do just fine adapting wise. I'm good at adapting, but every school that I went to was probably no more than 4 hours away. So it was always driving distance. So if I ever needed to go home for something or a break, Christmas break or whatever, I could easily go home. So I didn't get
Okay.
homesick too much.
Gotcha, man. So obviously I know you have a lot of versatility playing in different defensive schemes, being at the three different programs, which is definitely
Mhm.
a asset, a good thing for you as a prospect. But kind of want to ask you, is there anybody in the league currently or like a retired guy that you kind of try to mold parts of your game after? Or?
Yeah, I really like AJ Terrell.
Okay.
AJ Terrell for the Atlanta Falcons. He's a lone corner.
Mhm.
He can kind of play on the island, and he also can play a little bit of nickel because he can play man-to-man coverage, bump and run.
Mhm.
It kind of mimic my game after him. I'm pretty long. He's fast. I'm fast. I'm able to bump and run pretty well, and he's very technical guy.
Okay.
Like he focuses on the technicalities of playing defensive back, and that's kind of why how I make my game.
Okay. So I guess between the different places you were at in college, it seems like most of your time was at FAMU and Bethune-Cookman, right? Because you only had 1 year at Savannah State.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I guess between FAMU and Bethune-Cookman, how were you maybe used differently in the defense? Just kind of want to give you a chance to talk about your versatility a little bit.
Yeah, with Bethune, I played everywhere. I played up high safety, and I could play
Okay.
corner. I also played a little in the box
Okay.
when the team was heavy run. I was pretty good in the run support, so they would utilize me there as well. But at Bethune, I got to play on the island. I got
Okay.
to play a little cover three out there as well, man to man coverage. We got a team that got like a multiple, like to run spread. They like to put me at safety because I can come down and cover in the slot, and I also can play up high. So it was beneficial for them that I was able to, move around
Mhm.
and still keep the efficiency up. At FAMU, they used me at corner a lot, corner and special teams. Special teams was pretty big at FAMU. Got me on the field, chance to run down, make some plays, and etc. in that department. But
Okay.
going through Bethune, they utilized me all over the field. So.
Okay. I know you were saying, getting used in run support. Are you a DB that likes to tackle, or it seems like it?
Yeah, yeah, I don't mind sticking my head in there. Never been scared of contact or nothing like that. I've always been aggressive. So when I'm at corner, I'm like overly aggressive. When I'm at safety, I'm able to show it, come down, feel the A gap, feel the B gap. When I'm coming down, and I got me in the box.
Hmm.
It's easy for me to use my speed against linemen. So they would use me as blitz. I would blitz a lot. I was a
Okay.
blitzing safety too as well. So.
When you're kind of getting ready for I guess a game week or kind of game prepping, what is your kind of like your background or your like how comfortable are you in terms of like kind of breaking down film and kind of getting ready for your matchup that week? Do you kind of do a lot of film study and stuff like that?
Yeah, we would me and Coach Stuck, we would watch a lot of film. We would break down teams' weaknesses. We would try to see what players aren't strong as at, what were their
Yep.
weak areas. And we would try to like really hone in onto that. And a lot of things for me, I would like to focus on play recognition to help
Hmm.
me play more comfortable and smooth and faster. If I can sniff out a play before it's happening, I'm able to react, move faster. I can be able to communicate with my teammates what's going on as well. So play recognition was big for me. I like to see, you can tell if it's a running pass just by looking at the tackles in the league that we played in. So a lot of things you can tell based on receivers if they're outside numbers, inside number, or on a number, you know what route they're running. So that's all play recognition.
Okay. In terms of special teams, like being a rookie, ideally a team or organization is gonna want you to add value there. I know at FAMU you said you kind of did that a lot. What kind of value, I guess more specifically, do you think on special teams? In terms of maybe different special team units, things like that.
I think I can play any special team that there is. And in my
Okay.
opinion, I can play, with my size, I can play a lot of different positions on a special team unit. What I bring to the table when it comes to special team, I bring speed. They can tell that at my 40 time. I bring speed to the table. I also bring a lot of aggressiveness. Me, like I said, I can blitz. I play safety. I play in the box. I play corner. So, they see that I'm ready to stick my head in there, kick off, it's easy to me. That's run down, making the tackle. So aggressiveness as well. And then just athleticism. I was a two-sport athlete. I could play basketball, football. So I'm very athletic. Got a 40-inch vert, so I'm
Yep.
very athletic. So I can play pretty much anything on special teams. My agents tell me a lot doing training, like somebody gonna love you at gunner. So
Yeah.
um, special teams, I bring speed, athleticism, and aggressiveness.
And it seems like honestly, it seems like you have a willingness to be a grinder and play all the special teams if you have an opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, I look forward to playing special teams. It's part of the game.
Yep.
You can learn a lot from special teams. I don't know if you ever like hung around special team coach, but they'd be pretty wide.
Yep. So in terms of scouts and evaluators that might have watched your tape and stuff like that, what do you think some of your best traits or attributes are that they're seeing?
I would say ability to play man coverage. I can
Okay.
play man coverage from safety. I can play man coverage from corner. So,
Okay.
a lot of, and you look at today's league, that's kind of like a big thing, being able to play man to man bump and run coverage. A lot of
Yep.
DBs can't do it. When you're a DB that can, you hold leverage. It shows that because
Yep.
zone is easy. There's nothing to get your read and get into your zone. But playing man-to-man coverage takes a different type of dog. So being that I can play it from any position in the secondary, it shows a lot. And then the fact that I'm actually able to be in the run support as well is a good thing too, because I can come down and blitz and I can be in a helping the run support. I was really pretty good in the run support as well.
Okay.
I think I had like an 85% in the PFF and run game.
Nice. That's impressive. as a
Mhm.
DB specifically, yeah. So in terms of you saying playing man coming down from safety, were you usually matched up on a slot or a tight end or kind of both, or what was that like in terms of scheme wise?
Scheme wise, the strength of our defense was secondary. So a
Okay.
lot of teams would, they just want coming in just throwing all over us because we would
Okay.
handle that. So uh depending on what they come out in, if they got a tight end that's that guy, then coach, yeah, he probably will want me to stick him. But in our conference, wasn't too many tight ends that we had to
Yeah.
worry about. So it was more so the slots. I'll be on the slots for sure.
Gotcha. And you, I guess, in your career, were you kind of a guy who would follow, say, like the number one for the other team, or were you primarily playing like boundary or field, or what was that kind of like?
See, we would mix it up.
Okay.
I was pretty consistent. So coach never really had to worry about, putting them on this side or
Yeah.
hiding from somebody. We didn't have to do that in our secondary. We had guys that can do it. Like we had all American corner.
Yep.
Uh, that helped me out in the secondary a lot. So we had guys that we could just move around. Honestly, we wherever the ball led, we didn't
Yeah.
really have to switch sides. So I played field and boundary. It didn't really
Okay.
matter.
It was kind of like plug and play because you had a good secondary.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know we kind of talked, or you talked a little bit about some of your strengths. I think it's also important to like maybe talk about where you may have a weakness that you're trying to improve on and do better at. Do you feel like you have like a weakness in your game that you're working on?
The only thing that I can say that probably considered a weakness for me would
Mhm.
be that I'm very hard on myself. And then when you're
Okay.
hard on yourself, it takes a toll on your mental. Just being,
Yeah.
completely honest.
Yeah.
But you got to find a balance. You got to be. It's okay to congratulate yourself, and that's what I learned. It's always room for improvement,
Hmm.
but you have to congratulate yourself. You have to let yourself know when you did a good job. It only just makes you feel better and makes you want to do it again. So that's what I kind of learned to do when it comes to being too hard on myself. Like it's okay. Like you got to congratulate yourself. There's always room for improvement. You'll find that out in the film room.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I guess like in a way, it's a not a bad thing, but if to a certain extent, like you're saying, like mentally, it could be taxing if you kind of can't balance it out.
Yeah, if you just lose control over it,
Yep.
you'll see it.
So in terms of your college journey and stuff like that, what would you say some of your best memories or moments are?
Best memories I would say building bonds with my teammates. A lot of fun we had. Things. Locker room vibes always unmatched. A lot
You
of
don't get
people
that
in
back.
college, yeah, a lot of people on college campuses don't get to experience things like that. People that just go to class and things like that, like they'll never understand. Like
Yep.
just being in the locker room with your guys and playing music and talking about it or whatever comes up. It's always a good time. Rival games be turned. Rival games always be turned. Like, we got one of the biggest ones, the Florida Classic.
Yeah.
I've been on both sides of the stick, so I know exactly how that goes, and it's always a good time. It's always a good time, and then getting that championship, we finally got our rings. Our rings came in not too long ago. It just
Nice.
felt good to finish finish your college career and you got a ring. So that's probably a great good memory and moment as well.
Nice. I guess I didn't even think to ask you that. What was it like kind of being on the other side of the rivalry and then kind of like I mean in terms of like the locker room when you first kind of came in and stuff like that.
It was different. Like
Yeah.
I built a relationship with FAMU, and
Yeah.
when I transferred, people felt salty about it. Some people, it kind of went viral on Twitter because I was like one of the first to do it for real.
Wow.
Then one of our receivers at Bethune did it the year after me.
And you went to FAMU?
So it was like,
Wow.
okay, that's kind of open doors for that movement for real. I feel like, but when I got there, the Bethune, they would like make jokes and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
I kind of had to like prove myself
Yeah,
more than I
earn
did
the
to
respect
leave.
in a way.
Yeah, I had to earn the respect. So it was all part of the game.
Nice, man. So were you at Bethune like for a grad year or were you there for more than 1 year?
I was there for more than 1 year. I was there for two
Okay.
years, but the graduate program was 2 years, so that worked
Okay,
out perfect.
nice.
Mhm.
I kind of want to ask you, I know you've kind of talked about, obviously being at different programs during your college journey and stuff like that. But is there anything, I guess, other than that, maybe that you feel like makes, your journey to this point different, than, compared to other prospects coming out?
Yeah, a lot of things I think that make my journey different. I had to be like self-motivated through a lot of the stuff that I went through and still going through to this day. Um, just finding an agent late. I got a great agent that believed in me. I kind of found my agent late, in the game. And a lot of different stressors, can come from that. Training and things like that, just pushing every day to wake up every morning and be disciplined enough to put on the weight, put on the muscle, get faster enough, just, so you can prove yourself. Kind of like it's my journey. I always had a chip on my shoulder.
Mhm.
Coming out of high school, I was ranked in my city and I didn't get the big offers that like, some of my friends had or other schools had. So I kind of had to stay rooted in my journey. It's easy to look at something else and be like, dang, why not me? I'm ranked, we the same height, I got film,
Yeah.
he got film, why can't I have it? But that's not what you need to worry about. You got to stay rooted in your own journey. So that's what I did. I took my own journey and made it this far and things like that. And what makes I think makes my journey unique so far, especially with the NFL path.
Mhm.
Um, I didn't even have a pro day.
Wow.
Didn't have a pro day. Yeah. So um, it's an interesting journey so far. The story it gets wild when it comes to this part.
Yeah.
Um, Lucky for you, you're the first to get the coverage. I didn't have a pro day. Uh, I was supposed to do mine at FAM. I got into FAM. I went there for 3 years. I thought, they would let me do it, but they head coach changed. Head coach went to Duke.
Okay.
So I had to tap in with the new coach. And as I did that, I got the approval from the NFL liaison,
Mhm.
like 2 months before the FAMU Pro Day that I was good to go.
Yeah.
I could reconfirm again in February. Like, hey, I'm still good to go, such and such as in March. Yeah, you good, you on the list. 2 weeks before their pro day, I get a phone call. Hey, we gotta cut the list down. You no longer
Wow.
invited. So that puts me in a hole, a
Yeah.
regular hole. So now I gotta scramble and try to find someone pro day to get in with all the rules and
Yeah.
regulations. It's not even feasible at this point. Like I can't even get a
Wow.
school to like really get me in there because of time stamp. So it
Yeah.
left me with no pro day. Then coming up on Bethune, they canceled theirs. They had
Okay.
theirs scheduled for April 20th, which was 4 days before the draft, which is not going to help anyone, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they canceled it. So that left me with no pro day.
Wow.
So, it's crazy how this journey go.
Yeah.
I still end up getting a workout with the Jaguars.
Okay.
And I ain't have a pro day, and my numbers were great.
Yeah.
And I had to uh pay for someone to get to a company that measures numbers and things like that. Pay for that just to get some numbers down,
Wow. So
official numbers down.
did you have to do like, so did you end up doing like kind of a private workout or type of thing?
Yeah, we did. I did the Jaguars local day about
Okay.
I think about a week and a half ago now, maybe
Yep.
2 weeks ago. Um, did a Jaguars local day. I got invited to a CFL workout where I got my official 40 times at, and then
Okay.
I paid a company to test me in all my other categories.
Okay. I mean, if you want, I mean, you don't have to, but if I give you an opportunity to share some of the numbers, if you want, if I don't know if you've kind of had your agent send them out to teams and stuff like that already, but happy to give you that time if you want.
Yeah, I could say it. My agent sent a lot of the numbers out already. I'm pull it up right now on my phone. That my
I
agent.
mean, in general though, I mean, I feel like a lot of ups and downs, but everything happens for a reason. So,
Yeah, agree. Vert 38.5, Broad was a 10.2, L drill 6.93, 40 was a 4.47, and my shoulder was a 4 flat.
okay, gotcha. Yeah. So kind of know we've been talking a lot about football and ball in general. Um, really want to give you an opportunity to maybe share something interesting about you, or like a hobby you have, or maybe something a lot of people don't know about you.
I feel like a lot of people already know
Yeah.
based on my social media, but like I write poetry and like
Okay.
I can make music as well. I tend to record myself a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of pretty good fan base actually for my music. I don't really drop as much because I've been focused on school and football, so I
Yeah.
haven't time to focus on that department. But um, yeah, I can make music.
What like what kind of I guess genre music is it?
See, the thing for me, what makes it kind of special is that I'm like versatile. I can
Okay.
sing a little bit and I can rap, so it's like
That's
almost
what's
like
up.
adding versatility. So
Yeah. Okay. So almost like more of an artist rather than just being a rapper.
yeah, yeah, more so of
Okay.
an artist
I
for
respect
sure.
that. That's what's up. Did you like this? I mean, I'm sure anybody watching this video is going to notice it. The stuff in the back, like the little motivational stuff, is pretty sick. Do you make that stuff too, or?
No, I don't make this. My mom,
Okay.
kind of did this. Whenever you in here, it's like it's like an office. So whenever
Yeah.
you're in here, you kind of can look at that and read it and give you the motivation for whatever task that you have in front of you, whether you're working on a project or you got a meeting. You just can look back and be like, okay, this the word of the day, and just keep it
Let's get
pushing.
to it. Yep. I like it. That's awesome. And in terms of the poetry and stuff, like what made you get into that, or just something that you were always into?
Really get into it. Actually, a friend of mine needed something written, and
Okay.
I wrote it for her, and after I did it, I realized like dang, like it came naturally. Like I did it, wrote the poem for her class, and she got a
Yeah.
good grade, and everyone loved it. And I was like, I did that probably in 10 minutes, 10
Wow.
15 minutes. So I was like, dang, I'm gonna keep trying and I'm gonna keep writing different things and see how I go. And then I gradually just got better and better, better. I'm not gonna say and say I was a natural.
Yeah.
As I continued to write stuff down and put it out, it got better. So at this point, it don't take me long to make a song. I can make a song in like 3 minutes.
Wow. And then in terms of the music side of things, were you doing that since you were a kid, or more like once you got to college?
For me, more so when I got to college.
Nice.
I had a best friend that his dad, shout out to Lefty Guns, he was heavy on the music. So once we kind of got into it, he put me in the right direction, like got me in the studio, got me with the right people, put me in position to see how it really operates. And then I just took off with it after that.
Gotcha. Okay. Want to give you a chance to, I guess, give a shout out to any of your guys back, that are going back for another season, whether, FAMU or Bethune or, whatnot, whatever. Just give you a chance to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I would just shout out anyone watching this that, stay motivated. Make sure you keep your grades up. A lot of kids forget that academics is important. You can't play without it. I've seen countless guys go down for not having the grades, dropping out left and right, or just not able to finish their college career because they forget the academics matter. It's not all about just running down the field. Make sure you take advantage of that in school because it matters when you're done playing football. For
Mhm.
me, I got 2 degrees that I can easily use. So make sure you finish school. And then for any kids out there or people in college watching this video, just stay rooted and grounded and have faith that things are gonna work out. You gotta trust the process. I had a hard time, you know, learning that. It took me a while. So if you can grasp that as a youngin, as a freshman or sophomore, man, it ain't no telling what you can do. You don't want to cap out your potential. You want to make sure you have an uncapped potential.
That's a good way to put it.
Mhm.
I know kind of you were when you were talking a little bit about your journey coming out of high school and stuff, not really having all the offers and stuff like that that you kind of would have expected, but with you kind of hopping in the portal, I guess after FAMU, I know you were saying things kind of were completely different compared to when you were coming out of high school. What was that experience like for you?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, that experience was crazy. Like
Yeah.
I got the spotlight that I felt like I deserved coming out of high school. That's kind of how it felt for me. And I had somebody there to witness it. Like I
Yeah.
got video footage of like teams surrounding me, like a 5-star prospect. So it was crazy. Like I didn't really know how to feel. I mean, of course, I remained humble in the
Yep.
situation and confident and humble. But it was a great feeling. Like it took me back to high school. Like thing like this is kind of like what you wanted or felt like you deserved all those years, and like it took you this long to kind of get it. You kind of got it now, and I got it because I had went to a camp and it was at Florida State, and
Okay.
I just stood out. Like I did like maybe two drills,
Mhm.
and it was like we don't need to see nothing else.
Wow.
Literally, I got the video and all me doing the two drills and the
Yeah.
Florida State scout coming over there with the clipboard and everything. Like I
Wow.
got all that video footage. Like it was crazy. I might still go back and look at it someday. Like dang, like I literally did
Hey,
two drills and it
part
was
of
a
the
wrap.
journey.
I had like the camp had over probably like 25 schools there maybe. I probably had 6, 7 offers before we even got one on ones.
Wow.
Like they was already, because I got good size. I'm long. I'm about 6'1", so I'm
Yeah.
long, and I got pretty good speed on me. So and I'm fluent. Like I told you, I focus on the technicalities of playing DB, footwork,
Gotcha.
keeping your hips and you staying low and making sure you have the right drive for the different phases of getting in and out your break. So they seen all that and just like we don't need to see nothing else.
Got you. That's crazy. I mean, I guess it goes back to that whole thing, like, everything happens for a reason. And it's kind of like, it didn't happen for you in high school, but maybe for some reason had to wait a little bit, and then you kind of had that whole experience, and you kind of got to experience all of that the second time around.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing journey, amazing experience. I was grateful for the opportunity.
Got you. So I know you kind of talked a little bit about all the kind of prep and everything you've been doing ahead of the draft the last couple months. Want to give you a chance maybe to talk a little bit about where you were training at and stuff like that, and how that all went in terms of like any shout outs to your trainers, also things like that.
Yeah, I want to shout out the Trench family. They brought me in. They worked with me from day one. They had me on the nutrition program. The weight room with Coach Taylor was magnificent. I learned some things that how to properly lift. Um, got me bigger, and in the 2 months that I was there, seeing massive gains. My before and after pictures looked scary. So shout out to the Trench family and the speed coach as well. He worked on us every morning, doing different, you know, techniques and things like that to get us in and out of our starts, making sure we nail those 40 times and the shuttle. We practiced that and he gave us a lot of tips, helped us out. And then we had Coach Deuce, our position coach that worked with us on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We got there at USF and he used to work us. We were out there grinding. We was out there grinding, man. A couple of days. He he had us dead tired out there on that field. So Coach Deuce worked with us and helped us, with our explosiveness, make sure that we, smooth as fast. So shout out to Coach Deuce as well at Trench.
Gotcha. Um, Kind of just ask you a few more questions and then we could wrap it up. Kind of curious, when you kind of face challenges, just in life in general and then on the football field, like how do you typically go about handling those challenges and like adversity in general?
Number one, you just gotta keep God first. Ain't nothing that he can't handle. I pray, make sure I stay rooted, you know, because everything is like a blessing in my eyes. So, making sure I try to keep my faith strong because it's easy to get distracted out here. And that's any challenge that you're going into or facing, you got to stay motivated. And that's the key thing because when you go on a challenge and it may be you may not be winning at first,
Yeah.
but if you ain't motivated, you think you're gonna come out on top? I highly doubt it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm motivated through the different challenges and stages that I'm facing, I think that I end up on top every time because I got the hard motivation and hard work gonna outwork talent every time or beat talent every time. So that's kind of how I look at it in life. I just gotta stay motivated.
Gotcha. Um, And then usually just kind of like to wrap these up and give want to give you the chance to make, I guess, one last pitch to any scouts or evaluators that are watching this, and and they're considering maybe bringing you in, taking a chance on you, bringing you into their organization, and just give you one last opportunity to explain why they should take that chance on you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I say they should take that chance on me because I bring to the table and to the game is versatility. Being able to play any position in DB core is a special attribute, special kid to be able to do so.
Mhm.
Being that I'm actually, able to run, bump and run, play man coverage, and excel at that, and also be able to play in the run game and help on special teams. I think that's huge. Being that I know how to utilize my length as well. It ain't too many DBs that are, are long.
Mhm.
I'm 6'1", 190. So,
Prototype.
coming in, I can do a lot of things with my length. So, hopefully the organization, bring me in and be able to see, my worth and, I show them exactly what I'm made of when it's time to, put my helmet and shoulder pads on.
Gotcha, man. Well, again, like I said earlier, appreciate you taking the time also, and really hope this is beneficial. I know the draft starts tonight and goes into this weekend, and really wish you the best of luck on your journey.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely.